Good evening, welcome to Venus TV. हमारे यहाँ आज हमारे साथ मिस इंडिया वर्ल्ड वाइड यूनाइटेड किंगडम की फाइनलिस्ट को लेके आप देख रहे हैं Venus 805. I'm glad you could join us. I'd like to introduce you to three girls. One is Miss India Worldwide United Kingdom, London, Nimisha Mehta. Nimisha, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
No, pleasure is all ours. Welcome to the show, Miss India Worldwide United Kingdom, Dudley. We've got here Sharon Cole. Welcome to the show, Sharon. And last but not least, Miss Sandwell, Miss India Worldwide United Kingdom, Sandwell, Miss Taj Cole. Taj, Sharon and Nimisha, welcome to the show. We're all live, as I said, so we're going to just have we're going to talk about Miss India Worldwide's national pageant, which is going to be coming up on the 27th of October. And आप देख रहे थे हर रोज़ हम आ रहे थे नई लड़कियों को लेके जो सारी लड़कियां मिस इंडिया वर्ल्डवाइड यूनाइटेड किंगडम की फाइनलिस्ट हैं और आप उनके साथ मुलाकात कर रहे थे. अगर आप इनको लाइव में देखना चाहते हैं तो जरूर आइएगा मिस इंडिया वर्ल्डवाइड के pageant में 27th of October in Heathrow Park. Really want to talk about with you girls today, because you know we meet every time but we don't actually have a chance to discuss anything or talk about stuff. So Sharon, first of all, I wanted to ask you, when you applied for Miss India Worldwide, was it something that you'd heard somewhere or read somewhere, or something that you'd thought about for a while?
Well, it's definitely something I've thought about for a while. I just never ever thought that I could actually do it myself. So to be here is obviously a great honour for me. I heard about it more last year, obviously with it becoming a bit more closer to my home and area. So yeah, that's why I thought to apply.
Okay. So when you said you've heard about it before, in what context? Had you heard somebody had done it, or is it something that you'd known about or read about?
It's something that I always had read about and kept an eye on it, kind of thing, and just was always intrigued of who was applying and who was on and things like that.
And when you sort of knew what it was, in terms of it's a competition, it's a beauty competition, what else did you know? What else did you know about?
That was it, really. I
just didn't know anything in depth?
I didn't know nothing in depth at all until obviously I met yourself and spoke into detail with you. But other than that, I just knew that it was a beauty pageant competition.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now that you know what it's all about, what are the three things, main things that you feel that you associate with Miss India?
Well, it would have to be brains, intelligence and communication, because it's the communication with everyone else in businesses, sponsors, charities, things like that you have to get involved into. So yeah.
Oh, is this the task that you're talking about? The
yes,
task
the tasks that have been set for us.
What did you learn from it?
Going out there, I suppose. Getting out there, getting the experience of talking to other people, putting yourself out there and notifying who you are and that I'm Miss Dudley, can you please sponsor me, things like that, and doing a lot more things with the community.
How many people have you spoken to?
Quite a few.
Could you say 20, 30?
Probably not as well. I'd probably say about 20. I've been on the How's Owen News as well, so I spoke to them and the Birmingham News. So speaking to different individual people about my story.
So the task that I sent you, it's helped you?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, will you be able to use that experience and the connection again in the future?
Definitely.
So it wasn't so bad then?
No.
Okay, well, I'm glad to hear that. When you told your parents, when you told your mum about the competition you wanted to enter, what was her first reaction?
She laughed and cried and shouted and screamed. She was very, very happy. Oh, wow. Very happy.
And what happened when you told her you'd actually been selected as Miss India?
She screamed in the car with me. She literally screamed.
And is she going to be joining you on the 27th?
She will be, yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You know what, it's amazing, and it sort of warms my heart to know that this difficult task that I'd set, when I actually set it, I thought about it for days and weeks, and I was thinking that you need to weed the weeds from the flowers, as they say, and when you're doing that, how do you do it? But you have to first have the knowledge of which ones are the weeds and which ones are the flowers before you can be weeding anything. And I know that the judges have their job to do, but I also wanted to sort of give you the experience of being able to get out there, because win or lose, only one girl can win, and I have 23 roses in my garden, and I don't want them to then go away and wilt. What I want to do is I want to sort of give you that experience of going out, talking to people. So when the Miss India Worldwide pageant is over, one girl has won, I want you all to go away and think, well, you know what, I'm Miss Sandwell, and I can do so much in Sandwell. Now you've met so many people, and you've met so many people in Dudley that you can actually now connect with them and carry on doing your charity work or even your modelling work. It'll make it easier for you. And you know what? How can you be, what is fame? What is fame, Manisha?
Fame, I guess, is different for every person, but for me is being acknowledged and appreciated for what I love doing. So because I'm an actress, so I love acting. So I would want fame for what I've done, for what I love doing on stage, on screen, and also people like getting fame, for example, doing charity work. They're being acknowledged for that. So it's not necessarily associated with celebrity fame. It could be fame for any other reason.
But then, how does a celebrity become a celebrity? What makes a celebrity different than an Armin sign in a shop? What's the difference?
It doesn't, but they just get more attention on screen. That's what it is.
The difference is, not on screen, but the difference between a not famous person and a famous person is that more people recognise them. You know, that's how fame is measured, isn't it? Like Shah Rukh Khan is worldwide fame, or Amitabh Bachchan, because millions of people know who they are. So that's fame. So in a way, this task has created some fame for you. So that man or that lady you spoke to in the shop, she's actually going to talk to somebody in the shop and say, oh, by the way, do you know Miss India Dudley came into it? I didn't even know there was Miss India Dudley. But oh, there was. And some guy's going to talk to his mates in the bar and say, oh, did you know there was a Miss India Dudley? When you see your picture in the paper, they will associate your picture. And they would think, oh, they'll see your flyer somewhere and it will say Miss India Sandwell is doing this program, and they will associate. So you've actually created that fame factor. And if you were to win, then it's already started your fame rolling. See, so in a way, what we've created is that little bit of a snowball that hopefully you'll roll down the road and get some mileage from it. And I know it was a really hard task, and I couldn't tell you as much as I wanted to when girls rang up, and Poppy would say, oh, such and such a rang up, and I've had this conversation, and I'd think, oh my God, I wish I could just tell them that it's a task. But I couldn't, because if I told you, then you wouldn't want to get out of bed, because you'd think, oh, it's a task, if I fail, it doesn't matter. Do you know, that's what it would be, wouldn't it? But if it was something that you felt, oh God, we have to do it, because you have to do it. Like in normal life, say for example you want to be an actress, you know already, because you have been an actress for a while, how hard it is to get the work. How many doors do you have to knock? How many idiots do you have to speak to to get a job? So this exercise is actually giving experiences to people like Sharon and Taj who haven't done it, and to get that no, to get another no, to get another no. By the time you have 10 no's, do you give up being an actress? Do you sit at home? Or do you go and knock on that 11th door? So I've given you that experience because you've been to 20 people. And 20 people have said no. But you're still here. So you should tell me, you said you're an actress. Before you came to Miss India Worldwide, did you think about applying for it, or did you think it was just... What made you apply?
I've known about Miss India UK for a while now, actually. I think the last time I wanted to apply was after I found out that Nihaya got one.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So it's quite some time. But whatever happened was I was never in town normally, or I was studying, because I did my law degree. So I was either studying for my final year exams, or I was never in the country. So I never got around to applying, and I'd never be here for the dates. But then, luckily, this time, I came back from India in July. So then I thought, okay, I want to apply this time. I'm going to have a look. And coincidentally, this is really tight, because my sister's wedding was 29th of September, and the London final was 28th. And I had that day free, luckily. So with God's grace, I did that all, and I came here. So then it was by chance I was available this time also, and I'm here. I made it to the finals.
But what made you think, okay, was it just coincidence that you're in the country and you think I'll apply?
No. I was coming to UK for my sister's wedding, and I was here, and I wanted to do it anyway. So, and I do make my trips to London back and forth. So I was hoping that my trip lands on Miss India UK, because I really wanted to do it. But it's just before my priority was studies. So I wanted to finish my studies and then fully focus on what I wanted to do, which was acting and modelling. And then Miss India UK comes, and I did, okay, why not? Now is my time to apply and take the first step.
So when you applied for Miss India UK, did you know what it would entail when you applied? Did you know that you'd have to do this or you'd have to do that? Or did you think it was like any other beauty pageant, go on the stage, win or lose and walk off?
No.
Did you know that?
I did know briefly, because I've done a few pageants before. I won one in India also. So there was training beforehand, which was not easy. There's rigorous training involved. So you know your etiquette, the way you speak, the way you hold yourself, your presentation, your charity, your talent round, everything matters. So I was aware that there will be different rounds. For example, in London, we had about 3 rounds. So that didn't come as a shock to me. So that was a good idea. Like, I mean, I had experience in that manner. So I came with Miss India UK knowing that different areas will be judged upon and lots of different tasks will be needed to complete it.
Okay, so you were quite happy when you were set a task to do. You knew that it was coming.
Well, I had to coming on to the sponsorship. We had to raise funds for the London, which was fine because that's happened before in previous pageants. So I had no trouble getting a sponsor for the London show also. So because we had one already in London, I assumed that would be the same thing for the national also. Finding a sponsor for yourself, and you know, preparing talent round, question and answer round, and all those little things. So I was pretty much aware, and I think London gave me the satisfaction and confidence that I can do this because I completed all round well. So.
Well, no, you did really well. I saw the photos. You looked amazing, very beautiful indeed. We're going to actually just take a little break before we get to you, Taj. So we're going to have a few minutes break. आपको मैं जाऊँगा मत because we'll be back in a few minutes after the break. चाय बार पी के वापस आ जाएंगे.